Hello, Sagittarius. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your reading for the first half of January from the 1st through the 15th. We're taking a look at your New Year vibes here for your connection, a particular person that you might be thinking about. For singles, let's take a look and see if you've got new love on the horizon here or any new opportunities that might present itself to you, not just in regard to your love life, but other areas of your life. General reading, as always, Sagittarius, it's not going to resonate with every single person, so please do take from this reading what makes sense for you and release the rest. If you are interested in your own personal private reading, that info is down below in the description box. And of course, I will include a link to all of the decks and creators that you see here today. So these are the 3 decks that we will be using to start things off with. This is by Bridget of Divine Essentials, Masculine's Madness, Volume 2. This is my self-created deck, the Woman's Intuition Oracle, representing the Divine Feminine. And then we'll go ahead and grab a message from the Island Time Wellness Love Oracle deck. Okay? So let's begin, Sagittarius, and let's take a look and see what comes through here. And as always, cross-watchers and anyone else who's been guided to tune in are certainly welcome. So let's grab your first message for this reading for the Divine Masculine. All right, I'm guided to this card here. We have Charming. I'm going to charm the panties right off of your sweet little ass. That is what it says. Okay, so there certainly could be very sexual energies being exchanged between the two of you, my feminines. So that's what's coming through. That is a message from your masculine here. Okay, so we'll see how the rest of this reading, of course, plays off of that vibe. But clearly they still desire you. That's what's coming through so far. All right, my feminines, so let's go ahead and grab a card for you from the Woman's Intuition Oracle. All right, Divine Feminine message here. I'm guided to this card here. I love a man who uses his strongest muscle, his heart. Okay, so it's very interesting here how the masculine message is more geared towards the sexual energy, but for the feminine, it's more geared towards the heart and the emotions. Okay, so that could have been where you guys were clashing. So we'll see. All right, third focus message coming right up for Sagittarius for the first half of January. New Year vibes. Can you guys believe we're already talking about 2021 here? All right, so let's get this one here. The Sword and Rose. Clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. That is a very interesting card coming through there. Okay, so maybe some of you guys really need clarity and to just look at the real truth of what's happening here between you and your person. Maybe you guys are just on different pages and have a very different vision as to what it is that you're wanting here. Okay, so we're going to have to add some additional messages, of course, to see why that is for Sagittarius. So let's continue. We're going to go ahead and grab some insight from the Divine Perspective for Soul Connections Oracle by Angelic Revelation 144. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Sagittarius for 2021, this new year that's coming up in a few days. Wishes fulfilled. I love that. Okay. So hopefully entering a new year, whatever it is that means the most to you, whatever it is that you are wishing for, Sagittarius, can be fulfilled, can manifest itself. So the thing is, though, for some of you, you can actually fulfill your own wish. You don't need anyone to fulfill this wish. Okay, unless, of course, you're focused on a particular person and what you're hoping to manifest is them coming back to you, or for things to get to the next level towards commitment maybe, or for you guys to just work out an issue. But this can apply to so many other things aside from your love life, Sagittarius. This could be a job offer. This could be something else that you're waiting to manifest in your life. You can manifest that wish, or the universe can help manifest it for you. Let's see what else. Spiritual knowledge. Okay, so for those of you where perhaps your faith has really been tested in 2020, okay, something to do with your spirituality has been highly affected by what's going on in your life, and maybe you've learned something about yourself when it comes to your spirituality, your faith. Let's see what else. Financial matters are popping up here. So this can go both extremes. Either your finances are improving, or your finances have really been a challenge this year, which is letting you know that things can progress and a wish can manifest itself in regard to your finances improving and getting better. And I do feel for some of you guys, this can come in the form of employment, a promotion, a raise in pay. The next card is sudden change. Time for change, absolutely. And that could be literal change for some of you guys. Okay, coming into more money perhaps for some of you. But this can, of course, apply to your relationships, romantic and otherwise, family, friends. Whatever changes you need to implement in your life in 2021, Sagittarius, now is the time to get the ball rolling towards whatever those changes are that you want to make. Look at this. Happy times. Whatever it is that you need to shift and change in your life could lead you here. Better days ahead. Happier times with your person, especially if things are being challenged right now. Again, going back to this, it's very important for you to have that much needed clarity so that you can make better decisions for yourself. Your person as well needs to do that. Major decisions perhaps at this point in time that you are contemplating. These decisions more than likely might be where you're headed once you have paved the way to make these decisions, after the necessary changes have been made in your life. Because sometimes there are obstacles and barriers that are standing in the way, preventing you from creating some sort of movement to make something happen, whether that has something to do with your romantic life or not. And then look at this. We've got abrupt ending. Game over. Okay? So there are certain cycles that need to come to an end before this year does, Sagittarius. So of course I'm focusing on the first half of January, but I am recording this before the new year. So there are certain aspects of your life that you know needs to phase out. Whether that has to do with a romantic partner, somebody that's not good for you, a family member, a friend, as I've mentioned, or just some other situation where you need to end it because it's not serving a purpose any longer in your life. So don't allow whatever that is to follow you through into the new year, because it's going to make things very difficult for you to create these much needed changes as long as you're still dealing with old nonsense and drama. Okay, so there might be certain people that you might have to cut out of your life, or situations that aren't working for you. For some of you, that could be something as simple as leaving a dead-end job if they're just not paying you enough. You know, maybe you need to create the change on your own and face the truth that you're not happy there. And so by making that change, you can fulfill your wish of having more money, for example, by leaving a situation that you know it's no longer something that you're passionate about. Whether that's a person, a situation, or something else going on. You know what it is that needs to come to an end. All right, so let's go ahead and add to this with some messages from the Arrows of Love Oracle by Mystic Moon. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Sagittarius. New Year vibes for your connection, or even new love connections for some of you. So if it's game over, you need to recognize that the game is over. Love and lace, innocence. Once something comes to an end, because for me this represents beginnings, a time of innocence, certainly in regard to a romantic relationship, when you guys might have just started off as friends and might have to reconnect as friends again first before exploring where you guys can take it. Invitation of love. So this could be an actual invitation that you receive from somebody, maybe an invitation to go out on a date, or an invitation to start over, or an invitation to start a new job for some of you guys. Something that you love doing, something that, as I've mentioned, you are passionate about. If that's lacking, then we go back here. Facing the truth. Honoring yourself. You don't want to be powerless to the decisions that you can make in the new year. So recognize that you are in a seat of power to create these much needed changes. Look at that. Stars align. Favorable outcome. That can apply to a relationship, yes. A love connection, absolutely. But I'm just feeling for Sagittarius, it applies to so much more. The stars will align for you. This might have something to do with how your relationship is with your family or a particular friend that you've had a falling out with. Of course, a romantic partner, yes. And again, financial matters. If that hasn't been good, the stars will align for this favorable outcome to fix that. We do have long-term here. So if what you are looking for is long-term commitment with someone, perhaps that can transpire only after these changes have been made. You can have this, yes, but only after something's been tweaked a little bit in your life and in the connection, I feel. Because we've got transformative love right next to it. So I'm just feeling here that there is a transformation that's needed. In other words, the way you guys were interacting before, something needed to shift and change because it wasn't working the way it was going before. We have delight and desire. For me personally, this always reminds me of a wedding cake. And so part of the transformation that could happen for some of you and what these happy times could represent could be an upcoming wedding for some of you guys sometime in 2021. Right from the beginning, this masculine letting the feminine know that the desire certainly is there. That they are absolutely delighted by the thought of you, your presence. And maybe my feminines, you're not to say you're not sexually attracted to your masculine, because I feel you are, but it's also very important for you to have your masculine's heart, not just your masculine's body. Okay? It has to be complete. There has to be balance there. But some of you guys are dealing with interference from outside influences. For some of you, this can represent third-party situations. Interference can come from family and friends as well. We have secret lover, okay? Followed by, look at this, followed by Casanova, swept off your feet. So Casanova is known to be a player. He's a womanizer. So he's not really looking to commit and get married. He just wants to have fun. Sexual encounters. And if you see yourself as this secret lover, that could have been why you ended things, because maybe you knew that it wasn't going to go anywhere being with this person. And so you ended it. Game over. I don't want to be anyone's secret. I don't want to be dealing with third parties or infidelities in my partnership. So maybe you ended it. That was your life-altering decision that you made. So therefore, by making that one solid decision, now the ball can start rolling towards these sudden changes in your life. And therefore creating these wishes that can now manifest. Maybe you needed to get rid of a toxic situation in order to be able to bring in a healthier one. That's what's contributing to how these stars are going to align for some of you. You got to get rid of Casanova and secret lovers and interference from other people. But as a result of this, if you dealt with this, no wonder your heart is caged, because you're hurt. You're protecting yourself, which is a defense mechanism. Who wouldn't be putting their heart in that? Especially if you dealt with somebody that you thought you could trust and ended up not being the case. So if you need that time to heal, then take it. And I feel for some of you guys how this came about, how you were able to find out about Mr. Casanova over here and the interference with other people, and that maybe some of you realized you were just this person's secret, dirty little secret. It could have been something that you found out about unexpectedly. We keep going back to this card, okay? Because the sword represents things you got to cut out of your life, and the rose can certainly represent healing and what you are capable of finding in other people, those who are meant to love you the way you deserve to be loved. So if you are protecting yourself, it makes sense that this is coming through here. Your heart is caged. You're not going to just allow anybody in there. They're going to have to earn their way into your heart. Understandably so. Okay, so that's what's coming through for some of you guys. Game over, baby. You weren't going to be putting up with this person's nonsense. So, good for you. All right, so let's go ahead and add to this with some tarot. This is my new tarot deck. It's called the Modern Day Seers Tarot and Oracle. I like to call it Tarot with a Twist, because not only do you get your 78 original tarot cards that you'd find in any tarot deck, but I've also created new oracle messages as well as new court cards exclusive to this deck. So you get about 117 cards here. And the fun part about this is that it's perfect for beginners. It contains upright and reversed meanings for each card, similar to my tarot teacher deck. So it's not very complicated to learn. It's all laid out right in front of you, and it makes it a whole lot of fun to learn tarot. All right, so if you're interested in this one, as well as all of the other decks you see here, of course, all of the links are down below. All right, guys, so let's continue. Let's see what else needs to come through here, Sag. New Year vibes for you. Game over. Okay, so this is one of the new court cards in this deck. This is the Duke of Earth. So maybe for some of you, your masculine is an earth sign. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. So this Duke is actually someone who's very sociable. They tend to be a very good listener. This could be somebody who could be pretty well off, have their own business, be an entrepreneur. They're very attractive, very down to earth. They have a great sense of humor. This is somebody that you would enjoy getting to know and talking to. They have definitely established themselves in their career. Okay. In the role of a husband, a spouse, this is someone who's very loving, very attentive parent as well. Okay, but I'm also feeling for some of you, your masculine ended up getting themselves in a situation where there were infidelities, unfortunately, you know, and where there could have been interference from other people. So your masculine has the capability to be this Duke of Earth, but it's going to require some changes here. Okay, and then we've got the World card coming through. There's definitely a cycle that needs to complete, you see? Time for change. There are certain doors that need to close, certain cycles that need to phase out. Because the world actually represents so many possibilities that could come in for you, Sagittarius, in 2021. Your achievements in your career as well as your love life. And letting us know here that you can be fulfilled in so many ways. You can fulfill your own wishes, or certainly there's a person out there that can make your wish come true. This is harmony restored in your life, in your love life, certainly. Okay. Things ultimately working itself out. Pieces of the puzzle finally falling into place. When it comes to your life, your love life, it applies to so many things. Closure if you need it. So you know what it is that you need to cycle out. Whether those are toxic situations, negative energies that you might still be holding on to in 2020. Allow that cycle to complete so that you can open up a new cycle in 2021. It makes sense that we've got the Hangman right next to it because this is a pause card. This is a card of surrendering, letting things go that really it needs to go. Offering you a new perspective on how to see things. That's a part of that clarity and the truth and that revelation. Sometimes we need to see things in a very different manner in order to get it. You know, in order to have that light bulb moment. It's like, oh, okay, I get it now. You know, they don't need to be in my life. And so here we are with that metamorphosis, which has so much to do with these sudden changes, as you can see. Okay, so you need to let things go. You know what they are. In order to make room for more, in order to make room for love, for money, for good health, better relationships in the new year. 7 of Cups here. A couple of interpretations is that because we have interference and secret lovers and more than likely infidelities, third parties, someone had way too many options that they were entertaining here. Okay? They had certain fantasies about people and they acted on those fantasies. But this can, of course, also be talking about the many choices and options and the multiple possibilities that you have in 2021. You have choices too. But if you need a break, that's what this is here for. That 4 of Swords. If you're still feeling afraid to explore what the future has in store, if you're still really anxious about what you've been through, still feeling mentally unprepared and overloaded, and if you just really need some alone time, then that's what this is here for. It's a resting period, relaxation, recuperation time, healing. Take it if you need it. We've got Archangel Chamuel coming through for some of you. I am the angel of peaceful relationships. I can help bring the right person into your life, your ideal mate. I can help you become closer with your current partner. I can help you heal any conflicts in your relationships, attract new love, and strengthen your existing connections. If you crave intimacy in your life, I can assist with that too. So Archangel Chamuel is here to help overall, to restore peace and harmony in your partnerships, in your relationships. And for those who are unattached, as it says, new love can come in for you as well. That's a part of the change and decision for some of you. That is a part of the wish that can be fulfilled for some of you. We've got the Baron of Air, another new court card here. So this particular court card is a divine masculine. So for some of you, maybe your masculine has air in their chart. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. This is someone who is extremely intelligent, well educated. They are financially stable. So we have 2 masculines coming through here who are pretty well off financially. Okay. They're able to stand on their own 2 feet. The Baron of Air is known to be a great conversationalist as well. So we've got the Duke, who is a great listener, and then we've got the Baron of Air, who's a great conversationalist. This could be, of course, one and the same person. Your person could have all of these qualities wrapped up in both of these court cards here. The Baron of Air is someone who's reliable, someone who's friendly, loyal, protective. Okay? And if those things were lacking, perhaps part of the change here, and picking up off of the World card, you know, maybe the old way of how you guys were interacting, that needs to go. That needs to cycle out. That needs to phase out. In order for this person to come back towards you and be the right kind of person that you deserve, especially my feminines, then they have to create these changes. These changes are not ones that you have to do to fix them. You can't. You know, they're going to have to do that on their own. That's not your issue. That's theirs. And then we've got the Angel of Light. In order to recognize the gift you are to others, you must recognize the gift you are to yourself. Exactly. In order to see the light in the one you love, you must see the light within yourself. I'm here to illuminate the path towards your enlightenment. There is a way out, a light at the end of the tunnel. Go ahead, take that first step. I'll be there when you do. So the Angel of Light is actually leading you towards a better path in your life, Sagittarius, heading into the new year. And then we've got the Hierophant, picking up off of Taurus for some of you. This is all about tradition, ethics, wisdom. Someone who's ready to commit. Somebody perhaps that's ready for commitment by way of marriage. Two people who are meant to be, wanting to be together. But first, there's a spiritual lesson that needs to be learned here. And sometimes you got to just have blind faith that what's meant for you will come for you when the time is right. All right, Sag. So that's what's presenting itself here. And I do love how we have the Angel of Light and Archangel Chamuel here to help with the issues that some of you are encountering in your partnerships. But remember, you know, you got to recognize the light within yourself first. And that comes down to self-love. If you want to find that love elsewhere, you have to find it within yourself first. Okay? So let's add to this with some messages from the Sensual Sweet Angelic Whispers deck. This is by Sister Moon Tarot. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Sagittarius. What else do we need to know for the first half of January? What else? I want you all to myself, okay? They don't want any more outside interference. No more third parties. No more infidelities. No more secret lovers. They want you all to themselves. And if you're on the same page, Sagittarius, then absolutely, if you both desire each other still and are able to overcome the challenges and create the necessary changes to get rid of the nonsense and the drama, then this can work out. Your smile makes me weak. They love your smile. There's something about the way you smile at them, the way you look at them. Now, for some of you, this could apply. Contacting you is a risk I can't take, but I think about it daily. So if it's a risk, maybe you might be dealing with somebody who's with someone else, and it's a risk for this other person to find out. They themselves could still be dealing with secret lovers, or you might still be dealing with a person who is in that Casanova energy. And it comes down to your decision to cut them out of your life or continue to interact with them. But you would, I feel, be better off just going in a different direction. That's for some of you guys. I need your healing touch. So there's something very healing about you and the way you interact with your person. And I'm also feeling that since you guys have not been together, maybe, you know, they haven't been feeling well. Maybe they've been dealing with some illnesses. It could be a literal healing. Some of you guys might be in the medical field. You could be a doctor, a nurse, and they need your healing touch in particular. Or, of course, there's just something very healing about having you in their life. I am terrified of intimacy, which is so interesting. This can apply to either of you, of course. They could have had some issues about intimacy from their childhood or through relationships that went very poorly. Something about the physical connection that they're afraid of. And that's just something that they're going to have to work through. You know, if it's not your issue, it's theirs. And they have to be able to work through that on their own healing journey. Okay, so let's add to this, Sag, with some additional guidance from my Heart and Soul Love Oracle deck. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Sagittarius. What else do we need to know for the new year? So let's see. We have my BS card coming out. This is a card that clearly says lies, okay? I'm tough. I'm independent. I don't need anyone. I certainly don't need you. Your love, your touch, your kiss, none of that ever meant anything to me. My life is sunshine and rainbows, each and every day. Who the hell needs the kind of love that you and I shared anyway? They do. They might have even said very hurtful things to you. Some of you guys might have even been on the receiving end of that sword and they cut you out because there were other people in the equation, thinking that they found someone way better suited for them. And come to find out, the grass wasn't greener on the other side. And so now here they are, stuck in this energy of just feeding themselves a whole bunch of lies. Okay, so that's for some of you. We've got the storm. We've been through the storm when it comes to the trials and tribulations of our relationship. There were times when I wasn't sure we would overcome it. There were times I found myself barely holding on. But any love worth fighting for is worth holding on to. I'm glad we didn't let go. Okay? So if you're able to resonate with that, maybe you guys didn't let go, but you're going through your own storm in your relationship. And those are issues that, of course, you both need to be able to address. And Archangel Chamuel is here to help you with that, to restore peace so that you can head more towards calmer waters and not be in this storm energy. We have vows coming through as well. Promises are made all the time. There's so much power behind the words we speak when we make promises, and it sometimes makes a person wonder why they often get broken. Let's not break ours. For some of you, perhaps you were married to the person that you're thinking about for this reading. But this can simply represent broken promises and you guys being able to honor the promises moving forward. We also have more. I was sure what we had wasn't the love I was looking for, that it was something that I could find with someone else who could offer me more. You see? They were hoping to find something way better suited for them, something that they thought was better out there, but they didn't find it. This card goes on to say, more love, more sex, more of everything I was looking for. Someone who had more, wanted me more, needed me more. Now there's nothing more I want than to come back to the someone who had it all to begin with, and that's you. Is it too late? You're the only one that can answer that question, Sagittarius. Is it too late for them to come back to fix what's broken? Totally your call. We have alone. We spend so much time trying to find that ideal partner, our soulmate. We forget to throw that energy into ourselves, to find love within yourself first, before you can find that love elsewhere. It will find you once you can spend time alone and get to a place where you enjoy spending time with you. Sound familiar? The angel of light. In order to recognize the gift you are to others, you must recognize the gift you are to yourself. And that includes enjoying your own company. That's what's presenting itself here. Okay? So let's add to this, Sagittarius, with some healing messages from your angels. I feel it's definitely needed here for some of you. So what are the healing messages from your angels? Angels and spirit guides, please, for Sagittarius, first half of January. Healing messages for the collective, for the new year. I love that, because this is you working on yourself, coming through with the best version of you when you're ready, emerging as the best version of who you are. Look at that, freedom. Some of you, as I've mentioned, need to break free from certain cycles that are no longer serving a purpose for you. You know what it is. You know what this represents. What do you want to be free from? Is it a person? Is it a situation? Is it a toxic relationship? Is it a dead-end job? What is it that you want to free yourself from? You have the capability of doing that. You're not chained down. You're not in prison. Although for some of you, you might be mentally imprisoned. You got to realize that you have so much power within you to create change, to take you onto a different path in 2021 where you can find the happiness you're looking for. What else, please, for Sagittarius? Okay, so a reminder for you to take care of yourself. Body care. Look at this. We have retreat. Freedom and retreat for me are very similar in that you're being asked to back away from something that's not working anymore. Retreat. Take a step back. And this retreat card could also represent going on a vacation, going on a retreat, just spending time on your own to de-stress, to decompress, to rejuvenate yourself. But it is referencing that you should take a step back and retreat from someone or something that needs to go. Your guardian angel is here watching out for you, protecting you, especially during times of challenge. And here you are, a new beginning, a fresh start in any area of your life where you need that new beginning. New year, fresh start, new beginning, Sagittarius. Take advantage of that new beginning. It's here for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and wrap things up, guys, with some songs here. So I wanted to grab some messages from my Heart Songs deck. If you're not familiar with the songs that come through, see if you resonate with the lyrics. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Sagittarius. Wrapping things up for the new year. All right, what are the songs here? Some of these songs could be a favorite song of yours or your person, or there could be something in the lyrics, as I've mentioned, that's addressing the situation. Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley. They're in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea. Darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. And if you guys are truly meant to be, Sagittarius, life will find a way. I've always mentioned this in so many of my readings, we can't force things into happening. If it's meant to be, it will be. Because we can wish, we can hope, we can pray. But if it's not meant for us, there's nothing we can do, If you guys are meant to be, it will be. You Are So Beautiful by Joe Cocker. Can't you see you're everything I hoped for? You're everything I need. You are so beautiful to me. And this beauty goes beyond just the external. They find you to be beautiful on the inside as well as the outside. All Out of Love by Air Supply. I'm lying alone with my head on the phone thinking of you till it hurts. I know you hurt too, but what else can we do? Tormented and torn apart. And the thing is, there's a lot that you can do. There's a lot that they can do, but you guys have to both want it just as much as the other. Work as a team to bring this back together, and you guys can have a very happy 2021. Let's grab a couple more songs here. Until Your Love Comes Back Around by RTZ. I can't get my feet back on the ground and things won't ever be the same. I hope you're thinking about me, baby. Though I don't wish you any pain, but if you miss me like I miss you, darling, you must be living in the rain. There's also something about darling coming through. Maybe that's what you call them or what they call you. Nothing has been the same since you have been in separation, is what I'm feeling from this. And they're wondering, do you miss them as much as they miss you? Against All Odds by Phil Collins. So take a look at me now. Well, there's just an empty space. And there's nothing left here to remind me, just the memory of your face. So for some of you, all they have left are the memories. Maybe you guys just haven't been interacting, or maybe you've blocked them from social media or on your phone or from your life. And all they can rely on at this point are the memories. And if you're able to relate to that too, Sagittarius, maybe that's all you have as well. But remember, you've got the Angel of Light, you've got Archangel Chamuel here, that's able to restore peace in your partnerships. If you guys want to put in the effort to fix this, you can. So can they. But you guys have to do it together. All right, guys. So that's what I've got for you this time around. Sagittarius, for anyone who is interested in a personal private reading, that info is down below. That's it for now, guys. Have a very happy new year and celebrate safely. Take care.